this is EURUSD and this is a trade I'm currently in, so I'll just let it play out, and once it's done, whether loss, whether profit, I'll just break it down so that I get to understand the reason why, I went into this trade. All right, so let's let it play out. So I'm done with the chart works, and what I gotta do right now is to go to the gym, get some pumps in, make sure I'm feeling good for today, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna allow this trade to play out, whether win, whether loss, we're gonna take it, for the day. So yeah, let's head to the gym.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second.
It's the next day. Yesterday after the gym, I came home, took a nap, and then went to church later on, so I had really nothing much to show. I'm out of the trade EURUSD. I'll show you what went down and all of that, But today is the first Friday of the month, which means we're gonna be having NFP. We're gonna be expecting momentum in the market. So we'll take a look at few pairs I'm looking at as well, and what we could expect for today. All right, so let me show you. Yeah, so this is the trade I took yesterday on EURUSD. Let me start on the daily time frame and see price was just dropping to the downside, right? So price was just melting like that, but price is not gonna drop forever, so whenever price is dropping, we just look to our left and see where price is likely to reverse. For example, right here, this was a support level. Right here, price broke through, so we have to just look at the next area of value, right? And this was the area that stood out for me. So right here, this area acted as a strong support that pushed price all the way to the upside. So I just wanted to see what price do there, and also understanding patterns. I saw price getting to that area very corrective, right? If you look at this structure right here, it's just the opposite of this one, right? So we have a level of resistance, and then price got to that level correctively. This is a sign that price is going to drop, and that is the same thing we have at this bottom. So we have a level of support, we have price also getting there corrective. This is a sign that price is also likely to push to the upside, right? And on top of that, if you go on the weekly time frame, adding trend lines right here, this is what I saw. So if I draw a trend line from this level to that, you can see that price also at an area of value. Like whenever we tap on that trend line, there is a move to the upside, right? So just take a look at this right here. Price moved to the upside, same thing happened, and that's exactly where we are. So price is also likely to push to the upside. So we will see what the weekly candle will do right after the close of this week. If we close this week with an engulfing candle, then this will be a sign that, or whatever that will happen, we will just see. But yeah, so let's go to the daily time frame. I started with candlestick confirmations, right? So if you look at the candlestick that played out right here, there's an engulfing candlestick that played out in an area of value. Most of the time I say the candlestick patterns are very important, but they only make sense in areas of values, right? So you cannot spot any candlestick at any random place and think that is going to react, right? But when you spot them in an area of value, then it makes sense. For example, this is an engulfing candle happening right at this area of value support level, and also at the trend line level, right? And also we can see that we have another candle indicating that we still have buyers coming in. So right here, there's another candle. Price pushed to the downside, but the buyers came in and then rejected and left us with this tiny candle. This is a sign that we have buyers momentum sitting at this level, right? So this already gave me a sign daily time frame. On the 4H, I just needed confirmation. I wanted structures to shift from bearish to bullish, right? So if you take a look at this, price was just creating lower lows and lower highs, lower low, lower high. I wanted price to just break out of this corrective phase. Price was very, very corrective in the zone. Price went up, down, up, down. So I just wanted price to break out of this zone. Then I'll know that, okay, indeed we are broken structures and price is likely to push to the upside, right? So when I came to the market yesterday, this is what I saw. So I saw the breakout. Price had already broken out. I could have entered right there, but this would have been me getting into a breakout, right? This was actually on Wednesday, but I let the market play out, and then on Thursday I saw the pullback to this level. So on the 30 minutes time frame, or even on the 15 minutes time frame, I saw a pattern that gave me a confirmation. So you can see this was an impulsive phase, and then price corrected. Right, there's a pullback. So me understanding pullbacks, I just had to wait for the pullback to end, and this is why I saw, you know, a double bottom. Right, so there's a first bottom right here, first bottom, second bottom, price broke the neckline, and this is where actually I got my entry. Right, price went up, it wigged, and then came back down, and I executed right here, and this is where I got in. Right, so price impulsed to the upside. I didn't take anything right here. I saw price, you know, pulling back. It came back to my entry position, and then just this morning saw price going back to that same level, and that's where I closed my trade. All right, so this is just the reason behind the trade, but overall I'm seeing price, you know, pushing to the upside. I cannot tell exactly if that's what's gonna happen, but taking a look at these structures, we still have momentum from the buyers. Right, take a look at this. We have, you know, bullish candle, and price is like, you know, pulling back. So we could at least pull back, and then price will just, you know, take off again. But we'll see what price will do. But for now, I'm out of the trade, and it was around, you know, 1:2.44%. right, so that is it. Take a look at gold as well. On the weekly time frame, we just have, you know, price pushing to the upside, like that massive push to the upside. On the daily as well, we have the same thing. We have price just creating higher highs and higher lows on the daily. So take a look at the daily structure points. We have price, you know, price created a higher high, a higher low, we pulled back, and then we broke this high, created a new high. So if you should mark up these levels, there's a higher high, there's a higher low, there's a higher high. And if you understand structures, this is still an uptrend. It only becomes a downtrend once this low gets taken out. So if this price pulls down and then we break this low, this will be, you know, time for us to be looking for selling opportunities on the daily time frame. So we have this level in mind. Let's go to the 4H as well. On the 4H, I'm seeing some impulsive moves to the downside. All right, so on the 4H as well, creating higher highs and higher lows, price pushing to the upside. But we broke this structure with an impulsive move. Let's go to the 1H. This is where things actually make sense, right? So if you take a look at the 1H, price was also creating higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low. Right here, we created a double top, right? So we created a first top, price pulled back. Second, we couldn't break that top, so this became a double top structure, and then we broke this neckline impulsively, right? So if you understand that this pattern, this is a reversal pattern that tells us that, you know, the uptrend is over, we are now on a downtrend. So on the 1H, we are on a downtrend, right? So this is an impulsive phase, and price is currently correcting, right? So there's an impulse, we have a possible pullback right here, and we could have a possible continuation to the downside. So if you look at this, I have these levels right here. On the 4H, this acted as a, you know, resistance level, and then price dropped. Even on the 1H right here, you can see price just, you know, reacted at this level as well, below this level, and then we dropped a little bit before breaking above. That is the same level price is pulling back at, you know. And if you look at the trend line that I've drawn, which is really not necessary, but I mean, this is just a guide, it's nothing, right? So this trend line is telling me price has broken this trend line. We are currently retesting below the trend line, right? So you just have to be very patient. If this is where price will move to the downside, you have to wait for structure to shift, right? So if I see price breaking the previous low, then obviously this would be when we can be looking for selling opportunities, at least all the way to the downside. Remember this level, right? I said is the daily low, so price could at least drop all the way to this level, you know, right here, because this is still a pullback on the daily structure, right? This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, and this is a pullback. So price can even pull back at where it is right now. Price can just continue trading to the upside. Price can drop a little bit, you know, before continuing the trend, or price can even come all the way to the lows before continuing the trend. On daily time frame, this is still, you know, an uptrend, right? But the very moment we drop to the downside and we break this low, this is where we will start looking for, of course, overall downtrend. All right, yeah, so this is DXY, and this is what I'm seeing right here, right? So you can see price created a high, a low, created a double top right here, right? And then you can see price slightly broke below this low, which means we are broken below the neckline, like that, right? Currently price is pulling back So I'm just looking at this zone from here to there, right? So on the lower time frame, looking at structures on the 30 minutes time frame, this is what I'm seeing right here. All right, so yeah, this is the high, this is the range that I'm talking about. So I have this high, I have this low, right? So it's either price will break above this high for a possible move to the upside, or price will likely drop to the downside. So it's just a pullback, slight pullback that I have right here, and within the zone, within the high, I'm seeing this engulfing, right? So after this engulfing, I got in for a sell. So just hoping that price will actually drop and then continue trading to the downside. That'll be the case, right? So I'm expecting the dollar to actually push to the downside, which means I'll be expecting EURUSD to do the opposite, right? Price pulled back to the previous lows right here, and within this low, you can see I have this engulfing. There's a candlestick confirmation for me right here. So this is my entry right here, stop loss here, expecting price to reach this high. So I'm expecting a dollar to drop, which means I'm expecting EURUSD to actually push to the upside, right? In my time zone, it's 4:16. You know, in 40 minutes time we'll be having NFP, so just waiting to see where the momentum will kick into. So yeah, let's see. So just like that, you know, NFP came through 430, 431. The price just smashed through my TP like that. Is EURUSD, right? DXY as well. This is the opposite of what I was analyzing right here. So you can see price went down as well. So yeah, it is what it is. We are done for the day. Let's go do something else. Let's go. That's the end of the video. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment as well. Let me know that you learned something from the video. All right, I'll see you next time. Peace.